Welcome to JasonWhiskyWise. My name is Jason. Welcome to this whiskey review where today I'm going to be reviewing the Chivas Regal 18-year-old. Now, this is actually part of my Chivas range, so if you haven't missed any of the videos, I'll leave it linked here to the playlist where so far I've covered the Chivas 12, the Mizunara, and even the Chivas Brothers Blend, which is a travel retail exclusive, and I'm going to try and get my hands on some other expressions so we can complete the full Chivas portfolio. So, the Chivas 18, we're working our way up now. This is actually an 18-year-old whiskey, which has a minimum of each whiskey in it being a minimum of 18 years of age, which is very unique because you can't even have whiskies in this one that could be even 25 years old. Now, the actual ABV on this one is 40%, and I actually wanted to show you this over here on this bottle. So, the 18 is the first whiskey in the range to actually have a cork, as most of the other whiskies in the Chivas range that you've probably seen in my other videos actually have a screw cap. So the Mizunara, as an example, this is one that I'll actually leave in the playlist. As you can see here, does have a screw cap, and including the 12 and the Brothers Blend. So it's actually showing you that little bit of a step up F class with the whiskies, using also the cork, and also it's called the Gold Signature, and it's going under a little bit of a revamp. So they're actually going to be changing the boxing to look a bit like this. And it does contain even whiskies in this, like Strathisla 18, one of the main distilleries that goes into making Chivas. So the parent company for this is Pernod Ricard, and they price this bottle at the minute around about £55, I believe, in the market. I paid for this one in the airport as I wanted the litre bottle. I'm always looking for those litre bottles. There's a little bit more value to it. Now, in terms of exclusivity, it's not exclusive, and they do actually mention, come to think of it, on the website, that every drop of the Chivas 18 contains at least 85 flavours in every single drop of this, which is actually quite incredible. But let's see if I can pick out 85 flavours, because I could be here till tomorrow. So that'll be kind of interesting. But you guys probably might not want to see that. So let's just get straight into the nose. Straight away up front on the nose of the Chivas 18, you're getting greeted by a very rounded, creamier character to this whiskey. Lots of stone fruits. Peaches, but like a peach cobbler, like a dessert. Dried apricots. A little bit of orange peel even going into this, but it's like orange peel, but with extra orange peel in marmalade. And then you're getting a little bit of even vanilla fudge, which I seem to be finding quite consistently from the 12 to the 18, through the Mizunara and even the Brothers Blend. I found that very consistent of this little bit of vanilla fudge throughout. There's even notes of sweet tart cherries, a little bit of even black currants going through the mix of this one, and there is even a hint of this one of honeyed cinnamon, giving that little bit of sweetness, but a burst of spice as well in the mixture. It's got a lot going on in the nose of this one. I can definitely see myself nosing this one for some time, but for the sake of the review, let's just jump straight into the palate. Slanger. So arrival onto the palate for the Chivas 18, straight away I'm getting a nice medium rich texture to it. You are greeted by this, for me it's almost like a creamy, it's like a buttery character. For me it's like salted butter. And then you get this malty presence coming through, a little bit of cereal notes, and that vanilla fudge, which I seem to think that's just a house style of all the Chivas products. As soon as I get that, boom, I think I know it's Chivas when I try this. And even I've tried it in a blind tasting, and I knew exactly what it was straight off the back. But I'm getting that cereal character coming through again. And actually, one thing I want to mention, let me know, guys, it's question of the day from Mr. Bananas. What's your favourite Chivas product? Let me know in the comment section, because I might do a video on if any of you guys want to see like the Altus or the 25. I'm going to see if I can get my hands on a bottle of that. But I'm going to have a second sip, see what other notes are in this one. But it does have quite a buttery texture about it. So from the second sip, I'm getting a little bit of sandalwood in the actual taste of this whiskey. It then gives you these characters of the baked apple, stewed apple, red apple. You get a mild clovey character, and a little bit, to me, what reminds me of a warm cinnamon bun or a cinnamon swirl that you get with a bit of raisins in it, glazed in royal icing, adding that little bit of sweetness. But at the same time, you just want to take a bite out of this pastry and get that juicy character really just coming through. A little bit more of that vanilla pastry note and a little bit of vanilla fudge finding its way through on the mid palate. Really delicious stuff. Let's get into the actual finish of the whiskey. So time to conclude this whiskey and give you guys my notes on the finish. Overall finish, opinion-wise, it's got a medium-long finish. It's got these characters of milk chocolate, a little bit of spiced oak, and a nice malty character accompanied by this sweet vanilla fudge. But in terms of what I think about the whiskey, and I'm going to give you my rating first, I'm going to give it a 90 out of 100. And I find this whiskey just really well rounded and buttery in the way it portrays itself. There's one of the reasons why I really liked this last year when I was doing my initial ideas for Whiskey of the Year. And that's because for value for money, for an 18-year-old whiskey, they're not asking for 70, 80 pounds like some companies are doing at the minute for blended Scotch whiskies. But they are looking for a very reasonable price at 55, and you can even find it on offer for 45 if you look in the right places. Now, in terms of do you add water to this whiskey, and I have experimented on the first dram I had, if you do add water, it develops this aroma character and makes it so much more complex on the nose. However, when you look at the flip side on the palate and the finish, it makes those a little bit too dilute, so I can't really pick out those 85 characters on that, but I can see the nose developing and becoming so much more aromatic. In terms of does it need time, I think no, this is one that you can straight away pour and enjoy it without worrying that it's going to need to take some time to breathe and open. So 90 out of 100 is my score. What do I think against this against a 12-year-old? Because I want to do a comparative against that. For me, the 12 has got some great flavors, and I find the same house style of that vanilla-y sort of fudge and that apple-y character. But for me, this is just a bit more rounded, and for paying double the money, it's definitely worth it when it comes to just comparing the two. It's much more rounded, a lot more of that fruitier presence, that cereal notes, which I really love, and there's that pastry aspect of that cinnamon swirl, which I just really found appealing to me versus the 12. So, I don't know, if I've got £20 extra, I'd actually go and upgrade to getting the 18 versus the 12. But the 12 is still a great sipper in its own sense. So let me know your thoughts, guys, down below in the comment section. If you have tried the Chivas 18, let me know your opinions on that one in the comment section. If you have enjoyed it, drop it a thumbs up. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you are new. And be sure to check some other videos on the screen. This has been me, JasonWhiskyWise, Mr. Bananas, and we'll catch you for the next video. Slàinte.